What's that D stand for? Hey everybody, Card Dreamer here, coming at you on behalf of D-Class Derailed and all things D-Class related. And today we are taking a look at another set of figures that are definitely different from my norm. I just saw these, thought they would be cool. I thought they'd go kind of fun with the turtle figures and the other assortment that I have. Plus, I grew up on this game from the Nintendo. Love, 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 love. Definitely loved the first two games. The third one was pretty good, but it was hard, and I enjoyed the Battletoads crossover. I just enjoy the franchise in general, so I was super stoked to see these figures. We're going to do both in one video. Normally, I'd split them up, but I feel like I've been missing some opportunities. One, it would have been less work for me, but also, two, I think some figures should stay together as a group. There's no sense of really doing the individual, and I think this is one that benefits from doing together, and we'll see why, if you don't already see it. But we'll take a look at the backs. In case you want to pause it and read. I just thought they looked pretty cool. I was happy with the, kind of happy with the accessories it said they came with. So, just without further ado, just get them open. Oh, and by the way, these are by Syndicate Collectibles. I got these on Big Bad Toy Store. They were $50 each, which seems a little hefty. So we're going to open them, see if they're worth that price. All right, let's take a look. And here we are. And they are beautiful figures that require more diversity. And we'll get into that. So, man, so let's just go over the articulation first. And this is going to go for both of them, because we'll get into reasons why, but the same thing for both. They have great looking up and down, left, right, and even head tilts for the heads, like really good, especially because they have a lot of clearance with the necks and all that, which is good. Butterfly shoulders, although they don't go completely straight out on the arms, like this doesn't go straight out, but there is lift. Rotating biceps, double jointed elbows, bending wrists that rotate in the hands. They do have some torso crunch forward and backwards. Some they can do splits, as you can see, double jointed knees, and the ankles do bend and swivel. And this goes for both. So really good. A couple of things, like, it's kind of funny. They sit there and, well, I was gonna say they say they're twins, but I guess they're not. Fraternal, they're paternal, but they're twin brothers. They're martial artists. The only thing different between these two mold-wise, sculpt-wise, is their head. And this is where I'm saying diversity really should have came into play. Or part of it. Literally the exact same sculpts, exact same build. Everything is exactly the same, just painted different with a different head sculpt. And okay, they're twins. You can kind of get away with that, fine. Then there's there are other elements that we'll get into. As far as accessories go, they come with a barrel, extra set of hands, 3 different sets. They have the fingers bent poses, fists, open hand, and grab, holding weapons or holding hands for weapons and such. If you'll notice, the open hands have a peg. That's actually so they can hold the barrel right there. That goes into that hole right there. Bat, 2 daggers, and lit dynamite. And if you remember in the game, enemies came on the screen with all sorts of weapons, and you can make them drop them and then use them yourself. Bat, daggers, and the dynamite were 3 of the common ones. And this is where the other realm of diversity would have come in. I would have liked to have seen different accessories for each of the brothers, because there was definitely more weapons in these. Like 2 daggers A bat and dynamite. Okay. I believe there were larger weapons. There was a whip, a flail. Why couldn't the second brother come with those to round out the different weapons? To me, that would have made more sense. And I guess that gets into now what we're going to talk about as far as the value for what you're getting. So as I said in the beginning of the video, these are $50 figures. On their own, they're almost worth it. It's a little steep still. You know, I take that back. $50 is just steep and not worth it. I think this would have been more in like the NECA range, $36. Maybe $40 if you really want to push it. But I don't think they're that good. I think this should have stayed at no more than $36 a figure. Not that these aren't really cool accessories. They are. And I think they look good detail-wise and all that. But these give me they're a middle ground between NECA and McFarlane. Posing them, which by the way, like the joints they really are kind of McFarlane level joints. Except that they are very smooth to move. I will grant them that. McFarlane, you know, especially when it came to the double jointed elbows, both didn't want to bend at the same time. Both joints, like, you know, you almost had to force the one, especially that was closer up to the bicep. I should say force, but you kind of had to make that one move first, and the other one would fall into place, and then they would loosen up. But these were very smooth, like butter right off the bat. So I give them props for that. But and they are flexible, as you can see. Like I enjoy these. These are really nice, but they're not like uber articulated either. They're no more articulated than a McFarlane figure. So they're about the same height as a McFarlane, I believe. We'll do some scaling at the end. They come with almost a few extra, actually almost the same amount of accessories as a collector's edition McFarlane. So yeah, I definitely would argue these are definitely a $35 range figure. They give me a little more quality on the NECA side, which is why I said that. It's kind of like a middle ground between the two. But yeah, so if these had been $35 figures, this is how I see McFarlane doing, say, a standard and a platinum. That's the only thing that's really different. The accessories stayed the same, and that's what McFarlane does with their platinums usually, unless it's the sake of, say, like the Manhunter they did and a couple others where they were uniquely platinums. But something like this is just an alternate head and a paint. Easily, they've done that before. They keep the same accessories, a coat of paint and a head swap. It's a platinum chase variant. Like, I don't get what Syndicate was trying to do here. I don't. Usually, the only figures I know that are in the $50, $55 range are Super 7. I think they're a little overpriced for their figures. To be honest, I have a couple of them, and they are really good. But do I think they're 55? No, they would have been. I think they're more like 40, 45. These are cool, but so as independent figures, though, as I'm trying to say, is these are worth the price. As an individual, if they were at the 36, almost, no. If they were at the $36 to $40 range, they are worth the price individually. When you buy them together, I feel like you're losing out because you're only getting doubles of the accessories and then a paint and head swap. That's really it. So you're not. They're making bank on these figures because they don't have to put a whole lot of effort. They didn't do two unique sculpts. They're not trying to recoup a complete loss. So that is a bummer in the fact that you're paying a premium price where it's easy to see they cut corners insofar as the accessory pack-ins and, again, sculpting. They're really cool. I do love that I have them. I just don't. It's just the value for the money. And seriously, and honestly, again, if you bought just one and it was a little cheaper than the 50, like, again, the $36 mark range, roughly, you get your money's worth. But at $50 a figure, I think that's a high push. Buying both together, it's even more of a push because, again, you're getting To me, it's kind of like a 65% duplicate packaging. Like, again, all the same accessories, even the hand sculpts and all exactly the same colors. Nothing's even painted different other than the body. Something to be aware of. I do think the figures are great. There is one more figure in the set, but I didn't get it because really I just wanted these two. Hopefully they do more. Hopefully they can branch out and you can get a little more for the quality and for the bang for the buck. I did say I wanted to do some scaling, show off some scaling. So here's a McFarlane. This is the CW Flash, but there's him. There's a NECA movie Ninja Turtle. And I say those guys scale pretty well. Here we are with a couple extra more in there. This time we got a Star Wars Black Series, a CT Toys Wolverine, Mirage Ninja Turtles. I wouldn't say they scale the best. Maybe the Mirage Turtles can, if you feel they're supposed to be shorter than human beings, but I think the movie Turtles were the way to go with that one. So, and definitely McFarlane scales really well. I would like to know what you guys think of this set. If this is one you've been eyeing, did you even know about it? Would you pick this up for the $50 a figure? Would you wait for some kind of discount if you can? Let me know. Leave your comments down below. I'm Card Dreamer. This has been D-Class Derailed. Stay evil.